Welcome to the Dorset Marble Quarry, or Checkpoint 36, here on Stage D of the Endless Mountains Adventure Race. This is an embedded challenge within Stage D. Folks are arriving here on bike, they're dropping their bikes, and they're going to get wet. So behind me you can see the historical site of the Dorset Marble Quarry. This is one of the oldest quarries in the state of Vermont, in a region that is well known for its marble quarries and other types of mining. Today the quarry is no longer active, obviously, but it is a famed local swim hole. Spring-fed, natural water. The water basically is around 50 degrees or so all year long. If teams arrive here in the middle of a hot day, it is going to feel absolutely magical. For teams that don't, that might arrive here overnight or on a cold, rainy day perhaps, it's going to be a different story. It might feel pretty difficult to throw themselves into this cold water. Some teams might have wetsuits. We are allowing them swim bags, which they can access here if they want. But for most people, it'll be just jump in and get it done. So what are they doing? Well, they're gonna get in the water right here behind me, and they're gonna do a series of 4 or 5 jumps, working their way up from a relatively low height to a much, much higher height at the back of the quarry, where they will ultimately have to take on a 25-foot plunge. This is all about psychology, right? For some teams, they're nervous about the cold water. For some teams, they're nervous about the jumps themselves. For some teams, they are nervous about swimming. For some, it's all of the above, right? While it is considered a mandatory challenge, we also recognize that for a variety of reasons, there may be some individual racers that just can't quite bring themselves to take the plunge, at least some of those high jumps. So we do allow them to skip the jumps if they want. However, there is a relatively significant time penalty for each skipped jump. What constitutes a skipped jump? Any teammate that doesn't complete a jump, the whole team is penalized for a missed jump. So it doesn't matter if one person skips the jump or 4, your team is going to serve a time penalty at the final transition area. So there could be a lot at stake. If you jump in and get it done, this is probably a half hour, maybe even faster for some teams. But for teams that just get in and get it done, they're here for maybe a half hour, maybe even 20 minutes. Get it done, overcome your fears, and this won't take very long. But for others, if they skip it, they could end up ultimately with 2 to 3 hours of time penalties at the end of the race, which could have a pretty significant outcome on their finish times and their final placing. So this is going to be a great challenge. We're going to have a lot of fun supporting the racers here and watching them overcome their fears of the higher jumps. And thanks for watching the Endless Mountains Adventure Race.